Alright, so, last session you guys found the solution. And now I built a nice, lovely guild hall map for you all.
Yeah,
Give you,
looks nice.
give you a little bit more accurate image as to how the guild hall looks.
With a pool.
Yes, with a pool that raised your rent by 500 credits a month.
Worth.
Worth it.
I was not okay with the plan, but the dice decided.
The dice indeed decided to give you guys a pool. And now...
Good job, Beck.
And now we start the day off. Everyone's checking the voicemails and everyone hears the following little speech that I'll pull up because I cannot remember it off the top of my head. Hey, Bootpig Colony! Thanks for responding to our forum post so promptly. Yeah, we're glad to work with you again. So, here's the main deal. Before we officially contract you for security, Governor Siva Ray wants to meet with you personally to make sure things are up to snuff. The debate stage is going to be hot, but he wants a group that'll keep the situation from exploding. We recommended you after you displayed your work last time. That was some fantastic stuff, by the way. Anyway, we'll be around in the morning before the debate, so, make sure you're ready. And that's it. That's the end of the message.
So should we take Blue and Red with us?
I think you just gave him a heart attack. Yeah, do you guys want to...
We should probably take somebody with us because we're...
Yeah, but if we're going to take anyone on security detail, why don't we take the big buff dragonborn? The other one, at least.
It seems like we always take you, though.
So?
Alright.
I mean, like, I'm trying to see the downside here. This guy's used to working with us, and we need to be up to snuff, be top of our game. Seems like a pretty solid plan.
Yeah. That was
Blue
seem like
and
a
Red
pretty
will
solid
have the chance
plan.
to prove themselves when we're not working. It's like Blue and Red will also have the chance to prove themselves when we're not working with the governor.
Okay,
We're
so...
working with the governor.
Sorry for the interruptions. Okay, so everyone's clear that everyone's roboting for everyone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good. Glad we're on this little detail. Thanks, net neutrality. Anyway.
California doesn't have net neutrality, so.
Yeah, neither does Ohio.
Wait, if you don't have it, how come... Never mind.
I'll explain it to you.
Everyone
Anyway,
else is.
I mean, aside from other buff people, you got William. William can hold his own in a fight. Barley is pretty buff. You got
William's the one that
Elvira.
always gets
William
drunk,
is the
though.
drunken master, right?
He is the drunken master, yes. Elvira can, she has a good eye for things. I mean, come on, it's Barley, he's been with you guys.
I say we either take Mar or we take Barley and Elvira.
I think I'm up for Barley.
And maybe it's time for Barley to, come to the big leagues. Actually, the hut.
William is sort of tempting, except I don't know how a drunken man would work in a professional setting like that.
Yeah, that's true. The last time you
Well,
did
they're
see
not
him...
actually always drunk.
He's not always drunk, no. He's just, that's just his
He's
fighting
just a
style.
master at it.
Yeah. But no, also, Barley has been... some of your guild members have been upgraded with new equipment. Barley is now packing a masterwork mace. Not going to
I
do
say
too
we
much,
bring
but
Barley. Why not?
okay, let's go with Barley then. So, you're all getting prepared. You have told Barley that he will indeed be attending the security detail with you, and he gets excited. Well, I just hope, that I don't get, like, devoured by a thing like I did last time. That wasn't very good.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen.
You sure?
No. But we'll keep you safe.
Alright, I'm fine with that then. And, if anything threatens you guys, I can heal you up. I can, bash a monster in the face with my flaming mace.
Very, very comforting.
And
Just stay on your stuff. You got this part.
yeah, don't worry. I slept well last night. I'm full of confidence. He's kind of bouncing as he's standing. It's a very energetic thing to see. So
He's short.
Probably spend the rest of the time just making sure whatever cracks in the guild hall are mostly covered up. Just wolf the nicest that we can.
yeah. Strack, shut up. Barley is... I think Barley is 5'9".
Okay, so not that much shorter.
He might be taller than Demetrius.
How tall is Demetrius?
5'7".
Yeah, then
I am
Barley is...
1 inch taller than Barley.
Everyone has, Is everyone below 6 feet? Abek, what's your height?
Let me see. I actually forgot. Oh, 5'5".
Oh my god, everyone in the party is under 6 foot.
I think I'm 5'11", so I'm the closest to it.
Yeah, Gretchen's the tallest member of the party right now.
Yeah, I'm okay with. I think Demetrius is fine with that. He's like mid-range in this party.
Yeah. But it's not like, Mar is 6'3", I think. That's what I made his height.
The Dragonborn race is supposed to be like ridiculous tall.
And Reigns himself, I think,
Yeah,
is,
or like
I think,
higher end of human height.
I think Reigns is 6'1". But yes, so you're all preparing, you're having your morning coffee, you've managed to make some decent repairs on the roof, and you all hear a knock on the door.
I go open it for whoever's at the door.
You see one half of the Gabbana brothers. You don't know which one, because they both look the same. They're basically like blue and red, except for gnomes.
Ah, Mr. Gabbana, come in.
Hey, Demetrius! Nice to see you again. Good, thank you.
I see you're missing your half. Is everything alright?
When you look outside the door as well, you see a black car, and the other Gabbana brother is at, like, the passenger seat.
Okay.
The door to the passenger seat.
Okay.
Yeah, no. He'll be along as soon. He's buying the governor. He's buying some time for you guys before you see the governor, you know? We told the governor, hey, let's make sure they're up. What's the word? You know what? The words escape me. Basically, we're buying time, for you guys to get ready.
Yeah, well, we're set up. We're ready to go, and we're looking the best that we can afford with a small off.
That might endear you to him. Former military guy, so he knows what it's like to make work with makeshift equipment.
I didn't hear anything you just said.
So, he's former military, so he knows what it's like to make work with makeshift equipment.
Good, good.
And in a couple moments, the passenger door to this van opens, and out steps a tall, slightly muscular, yet somehow still slender elf with short, blonde, slicked back hair.
Yeah, as the governor steps out of the car, I just show Trace's text to the Gabbana brother.
Yeah, still have to use non-lethal methods.
That's fine, just making sure.
Like, you know, we're... Again, this is a debate stage. This isn't, like, a raid. At least I hope not. If it becomes a raid, well, you know, you're saving the governor, so maybe he'll, you know, give you a pardon.
Yeah. We'll make sure to keep away from it. As I go to open the door, quickly messaging back to Trace, yes.
And indeed, a knock on the door happens. And you do see that it is the tall, slender elf and the other Gabbana brother.
Ah, Mr. Gabbana, Mr. Governor, come in.
Ah, thank you, Demetrius, thank you. The governor kindly, you know, he peacefully, almost gracefully, steps into the guild hall, and he takes one look around, and at all of you. This is the best you could do, Gabbana? Hey! Listen, Mr. Governor. These guys saved Wedona Kilivara from some sort of invisible killer. If you need somebody to provide security, I think it's the people who managed to kick the asses out of someone invisible. You do have a fair point, Gabbana. Rather ragtag lot, aren't you? Yes, my lots are rather ragtag. Adana steps forward. She does a polite bow. And you are? I am the guildmaster. My name is Adana Dodona. Dodona? Yeah. See? Look, it's good. Well, that name is very interesting. I'm more rather concerned with how strong your people are. You do look quite capable, though. Oh, my best agents are quite capable. They have done many wondrous things. They have captured several criminals that have escaped from the prison in the onslaught of that, I don't know, that one weird prison break. Gretchen, the governor's popularity rates are, he is the most popular of the candidates. There are two others. And you will hear a little bit about their issues, most likely, on the debate stage. The governor just continues looking over all of you.
I know we may not look like much, but I promise you that we are a very tight-knit and reliable group. As I'm sure the Gabbana brothers have said, we've done good work, and hopefully we can prove that to you as well.
Oh, I think you can. On first glance, you don't seem like much, but perhaps you will do.
Yes, indeed. Don't seem like much at all, I say as I wear my Gucci designer jacket next to this adorable white tiger.
You still don't seem like
Gucci
much.
back.
Okay. We are roll for that. I want to roll to seem like much.
You know what? What is your passive performance?
10.
You know what? I'll make you roll then. Goddamn, Gretchen, what are you doing over there?
That's 2 more than 10.
I'm just trying to be nice.
Gretchen, what are you trying to do?
I'm gonna scare him, but apparently it doesn't work because I have a face of a kitten.
Okay, well, how do you try to scare him?
I was just kind of gripping my fist, like clenching. What is it? Clenching? Trying to think of the word.
Yeah, clenching your fist, yeah. That's the right phrase.
That's pretty much it. I'm still sitting down at the table and stuff, just kind of.
Yeah, you're not very confident in your fist clenching. And as for
Clearly.
Atreus, I mean, you look a little bit above average in your flaunting, but it's nothing. It's nothing important.
Nothing. Is there anything?
Hmm.
Now then, is there anything that we can get for you? I know
No,
it must have been a long car drive. So you like walk to party members kind of face palming at their attitude.
No thanks. You just seem like a rather unique lot.
Very much so.
Alright, they will do, Cabana. Yeah, like I said, Governor, you have no worries. Here. Brother, take him back to the van, and I'll fill them in on exactly what they're supposed to be doing and stuff. Yeah, that sounds good, brother. That sounds good. And Cabana number... you don't know which one it is anymore. He goes back to the van with the governor in tow.
Are we expected to get a van with him, or are we getting a different
No,
ride?
no. You have a ride now, right?
Yes, we have a ride.
Then take that, go to the opera house, okay? I'll ride with you. And I'll explain along the way.
Alright.
So, you all bid toodaloo to your fellow guildies, unless you have anything to say to them.
Nothing that we can't say more in the car.
Okay, so you're all now just driving in the car, in the guild car. Okay, so there's gonna be 3 candidates. Obviously, you got the governor himself. Oh boy, what a champion, right?
Like a person, although I can tell that some of my parties are quite fond of him. Looking to Gretchen specifically.
What's
Yeah,
our political
yeah.
check? History?
What is your passive history?
It'd be a 10, I think.
Alright, well, what type of information are you looking for on him?
Just how the political involvement of our past comes to, like, I don't know how to describe it. Pretty much, you know how the president is not that great. I mean, they build a wall and all the kind of political statements.
Are you trying to say that you want to check his platforms?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the thing. There are several topics of debate which we will get to when it comes to the debate stage. But the general thing about it is he has been governor for 8 years. He was a member of the Talvish Knights, which are the Free Harbor military. He has served his military duties and was honorably discharged. And the only real black mark on his record is that He is divorced and he has 3 kids with his ex-wife. That is the only real black mark you can see.
Well, that's not disconcerting at all.
That's not his current platforms. Like I said, we'll get to that in the debate. You guys will have plenty of time to discuss that. Don't worry, I got a plan.
So yeah, Mr. Gaban, so we're going to be in charge of running the backstage, making sure nobody gets involved?
No, you guys are actually going to be out on the main stage. While the governor's lots, you know, they seem a little bit calm, then you got Agrobash Shalgorak. His lots love to just posture and raise up their voices and all that, and they're probably the ones that you're probably gonna have to keep a close eye on. And then you got Sheeta Ray Velestrons, okay? If you don't know her, she's a female halfling, okay? Currently, she's a prosecutor for the state. But she's never run for office or anything, or done anything political. Her followers are probably gonna be, you know, a little bit more relaxed. But then you have the big name on the ballot that was a real surprise entry. You got Lord Salvatore Cardron the Eighth.
The Cardrons even politicians.
Well, he was the former CEO of the conglomerate before his brother, more like, decided to, you know, usurp his position because he's kind of an asshole. But that's, no. That's not here or there, okay? Our business is protecting Lord Salvador Cardron the Eighth. I have high doubts that anyone's gonna even be there to cheer for him, but, you know. Surprise entry. And... nope, what's this? God damn it, are you guys coming up with mondegreens for all the roboting?
Swords on the big carbon parade.
Or Cardron I got because I've heard that name before, but I didn't catch the prosecutor lady.
Sheeta, I'll enter it in chat because it's kind of a name.
Sheeta Ray Velestrons. I didn't put it in there, but... oh.
Like I said, it's quite a name. Yeah, it's quite a name to pronounce, but it is pronounced Sheeta Ray Velestrons. And you can already see that there are... you can see that there are already political protesters and whatnot being kept quiet by the Talvish Knights. They are, you know, holding picket signs that say they favor their candidates. Except for Lord Cardron the Eighth. No one's there for him. Okay, hold up. I gotta change my setup here because this sitting is killer on my back. I decided to precariously balance my books in an attempt to make like a makeshift mic stand, but it's not working.
Especially for one.
I'm getting the feeling you precariously stacked books for setups. I did that. I still do.
So Gretchen will check the perimeter, I guess. Atreus, we should check to see if your spikes are still in that one window, or if they fixed it.
Oh. Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure all the damage we caused here is fixed.
That wasn't a damage. We fixed the window.
I'm thinking. What we caused is fixed. I'm sure.
Sorry about that. It was a lot of books. I had basically my entire collection just stacked up to make like a
Dang.
makeshift mic stand.
It did fix the row, unfortunately.
No. Well, the robot wasn't fixed what I wanted to fix. I wanted to fix my back.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying it. I thought maybe moving the mic around would do something, but it didn't.
No, that's about internet connection. I mean, the connections say we're good, right? Like, for everybody?
I'm agreeing.
And
Mine
Green.
is flickering between green and red at times.
Mine is consistently green, so...
Well, it seems to be more green now, so whatever happened is never mind. Now it's flickering back to red.
Yeah, okay, so we won't worry about it. No, Atreus, your spikes that were... your snare that was previously set at the window is not there anymore.
That's fine. I've got a new spell to silence spikes.
Well, you do see several Talvish knights patrolling the Opera House.
Do we have badges yet to say that we're the...
Well, you were going to get them, but then you decided to check the perimeter.
Okay, so I jumped the gun to come back after I realized, hey, I don't have this.
Yeah, you were turned back.
I'm just wearing both of them now. I've got hers.
Well, you guys are
Ah.
led to a room, the backstage. Atreus knows it very well. Where you are given your proper security badges. Okay, so here's the deal. I need you out on the main stage. You took the roundabout entrance to get to the backstage, so you didn't see the main crowd. What do you mean, who died?
The RIP headphone users. I'm
Oh,
asking who was loud.
I don't know, but you took the rear entrance, the roundabout way to get to the backstage, and you didn't see the crowd, but you could hear them. And backstage, you see the 4 people that are supposed to go up. You recognize the governor. You also see a very muscular male half-orc who is in a very business casual suit. But it does not hide his guns. And I'm not talking about his weapons that he does not have on him. You also see a confident female halfling. She is in a very professional looking suit. And then you see a tall man, who looks like he is in a sort of mix between old-time nobility clothing, think like Enlightenment era, and modern-day clothing. You don't know how he pulls it off, but he does. Alright, so those are the people you're supposed to be protecting, okay? Now, take your places. And just listen, don't listen, but most importantly, keep an eye out.
All right.
And I would have the map, except I have no idea where it went. So, let's have fun.
You accidentally delete it?
It may have been deleted. It may have been the times when my internet connection was like really bad or something. I don't know. But you'll kind of remember the stage, right? Where you had the stage, and then you had a lighting fixture across from it, as well as a lighting fixture above it. You have the backstage, which has several dressing rooms. And then the auditorium itself had rows of seats on the east and west sides. And then in the corners of the auditorium, you had like a little bit of a stairway leading up to a table, kind of for like a VIP section. And then there were more chairs in the middle part of it, which would be just right in front of and below the second lighting fixture rig. So, who would like to take which posts?
There were the two hallways, there's the two bathrooms, there's the stage area, backstage.
Oh, so all the same options before? I thought we were going to be more main stage this time.
I think he just said them, but he forgot it so much. I heard something about under the lights. Big post.
Those are your options. I believe there are 6 of you.
5.
Oh yeah, there's only 5. Okay, so someone eliminate one of the center stage posts.
I'll take one on center stage post.
Okay, so you'll be on the center. Like I said, I'm eliminating one of the center stage because you only have 5 people and I miscounted. So there's Demetrius on the center stage.
I'll take front lighting.
You'll take the front lighting? Okay. The front lighting is the lighting rig above the entrance to the auditorium. Where would you suggest Barley would go?
Oh, wait, did we take
Seats, maybe.
Which seats?
Well, Abbott, you said hallway, but I think the seats are closest to being a hallway. Would you want east or west? Don't say west.
I was going to west, I guess.
Alright,
Okay,
west.
so Barley east.
Barley takes the east, and then Atreus. That leaves Atreus and Faraday with the back lighting.
Is that okay with you?
Alrighty.
Is that okay with you, Atreus?
It is.
Alright then. Everyone takes the stage, well, their posts, and you see a few podiums. Oh, that's actually kind of cool.
too.
Okay, there. There, everyone has found their little niche in the makeshift auditorium stage. Thank you to those who drew, to whoever drew that.
Strax?
Eat.
Excellent, thank you, Strax. I promise I will actually try to not kill the map next time. So, you see the 4 podiums, and then in the front of the center stage, just like right in the aisle, you see that a couple seats have been cleared out, and there is just a table there. The place is absolutely packed. There are camera crews all around. And it's about 5 minutes before a Aasimar goes onto the center stage. Demetrius, as Aasimar walks by you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending this event tonight. As you know, the position of governor is up for re-election, and there are 4 candidates that you will have to vote from. This debate tonight will show you which sides of the candidates you need to see in order to make a proper vote. I will introduce to you our first candidate, the current governor, Jonathan Siva Ray. Governor Siva Ray takes the Far East podium. One of Governor Siva Ray's opponents is the former Talvish Knight shock trooper, Agrobash Shalgorak. And you see the muscly half-orc take the podium that is the middle and east. Next, we have Shidare Villestrons. And you guys see the female halfling take her podium. She has a bit of a step stool to help her be on the same eye level as her opponents. And then finally, we have a surprise candidate for the position of governor, the former CEO of the Cardronic conglomerate, Lord Salvador Cardron VIII. And Lord Salvador Cardron VIII takes the last podium. The Aasimar gets off the stage via... He just casually leaps from the stage directly in front of it, not even bothering to take the stairs. And he goes to the table that has been designated for him. He goes to his microphone and he says, "Does the press have any questions for our candidates?" And this is where you guys get to decide what you want to know. You're about maybe 100 feet away, Gretchen. But yes, this is the time where I, as the game master, would like to default to you, my players. Go ahead, as the press, challenge our various candidates that we have here. And you don't have to type your questions. Go ahead and speak up. Okay, well, think of just a regular topic, Gretchen. I don't know. Atreus, you got any questions? You got any?
Well, since I'm in the back lighting room, I'll have to, text some of our friends in a sort of joking manner, but not really. I want to know about these motherfucking cultists in our motherfucking town.
Well, speak up as a member of the press and say that.
I'm texting the party to say that
No,
because
no,
I'm
no,
back
no.
here.
We're
He's
the best.
Yeah, we can pretend to be the press here, and we'll be asking these questions.
Oh,
as
you're
members
saying
of the
that?
press.
Oh, it's not us actually being the press in character.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are now... Thank you, Gretchen.
He's trying to do something really cool as a player, as a GM.
Yeah,
and we're
yeah.
just whiffing it.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, no clue. Okay, well, I'll say that then. Without the motherfuckers.
Okay. Why is someone drawing zombies on the stage? Get those off. There are no zombies.
They're not on the stage.
I think that's a half.
That's fair. They're not on the stage.
That one. That's a half word. These ones aren't.
Okay, well...
These are zombies.
Dude, they were zombies. Anyway. Okay.
Of course they have TMIs.
Cultists. That is an interesting topic to consider. The cult of Kemlek is on the rise lately. Governor, what is your position on the cult of Kemlek? I believe that they are rebelling because they do not have the proper religious representation. And it is quite unfortunate that they have chosen to rebel through such violent means. And while I would not exactly like them to continue their violent onslaught, I would encourage them to seek professional help from many of our professional guilds that make their living by helping the people of Free Harbor.
Now, what is your plan for when we get to town again? The last time was very treacherous and tore apart most of our town. How will you keep us safe the next time? If there is a next.
Hey, the other opponents have to answer. But keep that,
Sorry.
but yeah,
sorry.
keep that, it's all good, it's a little, it's a little first time for everybody, I think, so, Alright, that is very good, Governor. Commander Shalgorak? You see, we need to stop treating our criminals with such soft force, okay? We needed to stop rehabilitating them. It just wastes a bunch of money. You know what we need to do? We need to just kill them all, okay? That way, we can lower the number of prisoners that we are holding, and maybe, just maybe, use those places for a better purpose. Also, as a worshipper of Goravog, this is not honorable violence they are committing. This is an atrocity to our people. We should completely outlaw, the worship of Kemlek. Thank you, Commander Shalgorak. Prosecutor Villastrons? We cannot allow Kemlek and his vile presence to taint this kind city and town and country. We must... I would agree with my opponent in outlawing Kemlek, but not just Kemlek. We need to open the church doors for those who worship the kind divines, such as Ipsio and Callahan. And we must forever close the doors on those who worship those such as Malgus, Nibnib, and, especially in these times, Kemlek. Alright. Lord Cardron the Eighth. Being from Telsin, and as a descendant from the legendary commander that has given me my own birth name and my family legacy, I have seen the terrors and horrors of completely outlawing certain religious practices when the Credonians waged war across the continent. My grandfather, or my great descendant, fought valiantly to stop them, and he contributed to the new Credonia that we saw rise from the ashes of the old empire under the command of the fraud Judge Magister Vorlin. Please, treat those who worship the vile divines with respect, as long as they do not commit unwilling violence against your fellow citizens.
Does it say that Atreus hears all this from back there?
Yeah, you can hear that from back there.
I mean, I'm not sure how to word this. Can I just make an insight check on the first one that responded, who seemed to say they should be allowed to worship Kemlek and be more received or something?
Sure.
Yeah.
No ulterior motives here, as far as you can tell.
Alrighty.
Alright, now, Demetrius, Joker, what was the question you had for our candidates?
Our town was recently attacked. How do you plan on stopping further attacks in the future? We can't allow such things to happen again, can we?
That is also a very good question, thank you. Governor Siva Ray. We need to do more research into the minds of criminals and study what makes them tick, why they have turned to such violence, and instead of killing them outright, as my opponent has said, we should turn them to a grander cause in supporting our great city and nation. Alright, that is very good, Governor. Shalgorak. Like I said before, alright, just kill them all. Look, I have fought plenty of criminals as a Talvish knight. And you know what they all had, okay? They just had a lazy, lackadaisical attitude that some type of thing should be given to them, like, oh, I don't know, respect or whatever. These people who commit violence like that without proper motivation, they are an atrocity to our city. Let's just kill them all, and the good people, the people who have managed to maintain a righteous attitude and maintain a lawful abidance, we will keep them safe. Velestrons. I am also for rehabilitating the criminals and seeing them turned to the light rehabilitating criminals can provide a very big boost to the economy if we just let them vent and provide proper therapy and treatment for their various conditions. It will create a boost in jobs, and they will put money back into our own pockets. Lord Salvador Cardron VIII. Yeah, that's a pretty good thing that my opponent, Velestrons, has said. And I actually can't say too much more. I completely agree with it. The fact that we ban criminals from working too many of the other jobs outside of government use puts a hindrance on our economy that we could recover from if we just let corporations hire more of the rehabilitated criminals who have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that they are able to be law-abiding citizens. Alright, Alec, come on.
Did you guys consider getting any other nations involved with this abolishment on the Emlik cult? I guess we can call it.
That is good. Governor, I believe that we should request help from the mainland in order to deal with this affair. We cannot... Our country is too small to deal with its own problems, and we may even need to ask the Arbiters or even the Inquisition for help. We have maintained good relationships with those countries and their people, and they should be able to help us out in return for us helping them out at a future time. Very good, Governor. Shalgorak. Nah, we don't need any other countries, okay? You know what we need to do? We need to get more people in the military. We need to make sure that military service becomes mandatory. And if you're not working for the military, then you better be working for a company or a guild that works for the military. And aside from that, we should train all our citizens how to use the proper weaponry to deal with these threats. Candidate Shalgorak, thank you. Candidate Velestrons. I also believe that we should indeed have help from other countries. We are dealing with something that has not been seen in many historical events outside of the rampage of the Wendigo and other monstrosities that we have been fighting for 300 years, but we have only just claimed this land very recently as a nation. The Inquisition and the Arbiters have been here for hundreds of years. It would be very unwise to not rely on their expertise in dealing with these problems. Lord Cardron VIII. When my ancestor had a choice, he bonded with his fellow countries that were suffering the same problem. They saw a being that was quickly sweeping and would probably be on their doorstep within mere months. No. Lord Salvador Cardron I took action. He helped save the people of Shinjuku, gave them refuge, trained them. And when the Helith mercenaries united the continent against the Cradonians, he was one of the first to charge onto the front line. No, we should not isolate these problems, because they may become other countries' problems. and they need to know that and provide support for our endeavors. Thank you. Press, any other questions?
Hi, I'm Karen. I'm a G reporter. If it's okay, I have a question just for candidate Sal Gorak.
Yes, go ahead and speak your question.
Well, I don't know if you ever heard of the disappearances, but I don't know, like, I lost a friend, and, like, they weren't a follower of Black, and I'm just wondering, like, I believe that some people are just being, like, hypnotized and misled, so how would it feel if the power to kill them all actually affects innocent beings? Like, you know, you killed people that weren't bad, they were just hypnotized.
It's easy. You see, there's no actual innocence once you get hypnotized. It's because you were just simply too weak to resist the call of something that we're not even sure exists yet. It may be an elaborate hoax, some fake news. Okay, we need to train our citizens to resist the possible calls of fake news, terrible evil beings, and appropriately train them to respond to those who would use such tools as hypnotism or passion to mislead our citizens to a weaker path that will inevitably end in death. Any other questions from the press?
Yes, another question for Shal Gorak.
Yes.
What is the minimum action for death in your world of kill them all? Where do we cross the line? Where do we stop it? What must you do to deserve the death penalty?
I mean, come on, you just have to be a criminal. Why are you stealing bread for your children? The Talvish Knights, they pay handsomely. You will not need to steal bread to feed your children if you joined the military. You would not need to resort to such terrible things as murder or assassination if you just joined the military and fought our enemies. We pay handsomely. There is no such thing as a line to be crossed when dealing with criminals. They are weak, and we need to be strong. You hear a rise from the western part of the room. Some cheers.
Yeah, is there time for one more question at least?
What now?
Is there, can I...
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, this one's actually for the candidate, Lord Conlon the 8th.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I speak for a good group of people here, when I say, why are you here?
That has been an important question, and a couple of friends of mine helped me out a while back, and they told me about the increasing problems that this glorious territory has been suffering. And I feel like I would be able to help every single one of you by getting your economy more on track, providing you, the citizens, with the freedom that I know that my legacy has fought against. Or fought for. And I will ensure that we can conquer this terrible threat. Alright, let's go with Alec.
So, have you ever thought of like supporting the local, I guess, guilds in order to possibly destroy this threat?
Local guild support. What say you, Governor? I support the guilds that indeed would like to work with the government to ensure that this threat is crushed. No more words, Governor? No more. We must be united in this. Big guilds and small. Candidate Shalgorak. Small guilds. You know what guild is not small? The Talvish Knights. You want your guild to get fame, you want your guild to get fortune and support. Guess what? Why don't you officially join the military and other positions in the government? And then you'll have your support, you'll have your strength, and most importantly, you'll have your unity. Candidate Velestrons. I support the small guilds. Oh, son of a bitch. Hold on one moment. Ah, shit. I just spilled stuff all over myself. Shit.
Alcohol?
Probably just water.
Yeah.
We haven't heard the giggles, so we're pretty sure it's it and water.
It was pure acid, just a whole vial of battery acid.
Well, I'm pretty sure we can tell who's gonna win this, and I'm not sure I'm okay with the correct answer because it isn't the correct answer.
Donald Trump?
No. The person that's gonna win is Mr. Might as well be Donald Trump, but yeah, yeah, Shal Gorak. I'm pretty sure Shal Gorak's gonna win. Although
I think the first guy and the last guy are pretty good. People I don't like.
I mean, here's the thing. I think Shal Gorak's gonna win just because he's doing the super patriotism act.
I can't
I don't
escape
like
any of the fantasy world. Help.
Well, it's like, so he's going super patriotism, and everyone else is saying we need support from others. When things are in the shit, they don't want to hear we need support from others.
We got ourselves. Well, no, the fourth guy also.
Vote.
The fourth guy also said that we don't need anyone else, didn't he?
Yes, but it's also a guy that was kicked. Like it was the guy that was kicked out of his position as CEO.
So the first guy is probably the best. I don't know. I don't like the girl
We've got a
because
bunch of questions now.
I don't like the
I
girl
was gonna say,
because
Taco
she's
Mom
like.
is thinking of them so you don't forget by the time he comes back.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I spent so much time preparing what I was going to say. And now I must wait for this question.
Like I said, I mean, even if you put in DM Whisper so we don't see it, it's fine.
Ah,
Just so you
no.
remember.
I was waiting for Attic to hear it out and for them to finish.
Oh, she can type that too. You know.
What? No, it's that we're talking here. And she already asked it, so I was just waiting for the answers.
Oh yeah. I mean, I typed mine up because I figured by the time that it came up, I'm like, am I gonna remember?
Oh, yeah.
They still changed it up when I actually did the voice acting thing. It's like, totally. Usually gotta have that one, like, 17-year-old kid that's doing the interview.
Hmm.
I'm my future of the country. I'm not even old enough to vote yet.
She's gonna ban the religions from Free Harbor. I
All
was like,
religions are banned.
except for the good ones. She was like, oh yeah, except for the
man.
nice ones.
How do you
this
determine what the
campaign
nice ones are?
getting
You cannot just look
super
at the
surreal
alignment.
here.
She was like, the ones with like the good, I don't know, good gods or something like that. She named some of them, but
That's
she
true.
was like, she's gonna be Kamalek and like some other chaotic gods or whatever. I was like, nah.
She said nothing against Daggerick. I'm good.
That wasn't the limit of her list. It could have been longer.
Look, man, I'm just standing here thinking Shelgorax is going to be the one that's going to get elected, and I'm not sure I'm okay with that.
I'm not. Especially as Gretchen.
So, like, it's very much not a good position for us.
Well,
Especially
us as being the guild people, you have to remember we just released people that he would be killing.
Then again, the girl was the only one that supported really the small guilds. Well, like one guy supported all the guilds, but you know, that's all the guilds, not just the small guilds.
Well, how come our guilds? I mean, yeah, there's us and Clan Dip, but I mean, is guilds really a thing?
I'm sure there are more guilds than we actually see in action.
Because when we first mentioned guilds, we were gonna do like the clan wars type thing. Then it's like the only clan we ever see is Clan Dip. And again,
Yeah, but I think that also. Well, yeah, it's like there's the Knights. There's Kemwick. Kemwick's the night the clan war we're having. Clan war with Kemwick, apparently.
We fought some treants. What is Faraday doing in all of this? Just like hanging out in the corner, being quiet.
He's on mute, so I don't know if he can answer.
What?
Faraday, what's she doing?
What's that? She's by me. Sit in the room with me.
You're not just playing around with the laser pointer back there?
It's the light room, of course I am. I'm using spotlights and she's chasing them.
That's a horrible, horrible idea.
It's genius!
Moments later, you see a tiger popping through the curtains. My bad, dude. My bad.
It's like one of the candidates recently became a tiger play toy. More at 7.
And the second time a trace has been on YouTube. Ha!
Yeah! I still haven't gotten paid for my funds or whatever. Merchandise. That's the word.
Yeah, check into that. It's been a couple of weeks.
It's been like a month.
Just goes into the
That's
store,
weird.
sees the
Wow,
tray
they-
stall.
Yeah, my action figure. You pull the cord and it goes, ah, God!
I still don't know if my design for the Gretchen in the dumpster type thing got moved or not.
Is my mic on?
No, we can hear
Is
you.
it very loud?
No,
Okay,
you're in the middle.
that's good.
Yeah, since the only one was roboting on my end.
You're all roboting, but Sin, when it robots, like sometimes it shoots up in volume for like a word or two.
Yeah.
I got
Like
beats
they went
too.
CEO, it was CEO. Yeah. Oh, this is an awful science.
Years.
Yes.
So it's like 2 weeks, but I'm probably not going to be in session the 18th.
Uh,
Oh, if all goes according to plan, I'm trying to go to Ohio with Donaldson.
Okay.
ooh.
Like I said, it's not next week, it's going to be the week after, but that's weather permitting and a bunch of other stuff.
Alrighty. Whatever the weekend of Thanksgiving is, I will most likely not be able to session, depending on.
The
So,
weekend before, the weekend after.
most likely after. It really just depends because my grandparents usually like to come down during that time, and depending on when they show up, I'll most likely be unavailable on the internet.
Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. We are trying to get into the holiday stuff now.
Yeah.
I know.
Turkey. Woo.
And they have one near Christmas too that's coming up. Oh, I just realized he probably has his recording still on. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I don't know if he stopped his recording or not. I don't think he did.
There are one or two Twitch viewers out there that know more about our personal lives.
No,
Not really.
going for like what?
You missed Faraday more than one of the candidates, though.
Yeah. All of them, actually.
Don't worry about it. It didn't happen.
We didn't roll for it or anything, so no, it did happen. Oh, no! Atreus, stop it!
No, it didn't happen.
No!
No.
No, what had happened was he was in the light room, so he was playing with the lights to make it work as a laser pointer, and Faraday went through the curtain the one time.
And she
Mhm.
what?
Don't worry about it.
It
It
didn't
didn't happen.
Faraday went through the curtain.
It didn't happen. That's all I gotta say. 'Cause it didn't happen.
Ah, God, yeah. So, good news is it didn't get on my floor. Bad news is it got all over my sheets and my pillows. So, yeah, fun. Anyway, so before there was a rude interruption by me spilling my drink that I never even got to take a drink of. Who was up? Who had a question? Alec, ask your question.
I thought you did.
Yeah, I already did.
You may have asked, but I may have forgotten in a little bit of you know.
You got through two of the candidates.
Okay, so what was the question? And it was was it the small guild question?
Yeah.
Okay. We need to support our local guilds. The smaller guilds often have bright young members who are able to somehow get jobs done just by a hair. This type of luck and this type of skill cannot always be found when relying too much on the big government powers. Sometimes you have to look into other places that are able to more easily comb themselves and root out any possibilities for corruption. Thank you, Candidate Villastrons. Candidate Cardron the Eighth. I believe in supporting our small and local guilds, but they should indeed be part of something better. They do not need to officially join the government, but it should not also be... we should also not entirely discourage them from working with us as independent agents that we hire for our own use in combating a lot of threats and even possibly reclaiming the frontier. Alright, so, next question.
Yes, is this on? Tap, is this thing on? Hello?
Yes, that thing is on.
Yeah. My name is Yogi Adigan. And, well, I've come here to work for all of you. Where are you going to ban that damn Dwarf Fortress game? It is a scourge upon my house. My son plays it every day, and in that game he smokes so much LS weed, I need to get it out of my house. What say you?
The Aasimar moderator takes one look at this citizen and he makes a whistle and motions up to Gretchen.
What you doing? What?
And then
No.
makes the motion to get him out of there.
Oh, no, not Yogi. Yogi has done nothing.
Okay.
Gretchen, do you escort this rambling, raving man out of the court? Or, not out of the court, out of the auditorium?
Nothing. More fortresses from hell. Clamlack has plagued us with this. It is his doing.
Okay, so...
Mr. Crocker.
He did sound like Mr. Crocker. That was cool, though. That was a nice conspiracy theorist voice. I liked it. Okay, well, that guy has been escorted out. Now, does anyone have any actual questions?
Right, okay. Yes, I am Father Derek from the Church of Ipsio.
You are what?
Father Derek from the Church of Ipsio. I've been noticing, with this uprising of evil comes an uprising in practices of necromancy and other dark magics. And as you know, on this land, faith has been declining in the gods for quite a few years now, decades even, maybe centuries. Would you agree that perhaps we should put our efforts into rebuilding churches and restoring faith in our people in the gods of good in this land? You see, fighting fire with fire does seem like it would be the most effective strategy with these sick cultists that are sprouting up around this land. What do you?
An excellent question. Governor Siva Ray. I do indeed support worship of the kind divines, like Ipsio. And we should indeed open these churches' doors and help support them taking on new members that should be converted away from the likes of Kemlek, Malgus, and Nib-Nib. Candidate Shalgorak. Well, I don't know about this Ipsio business, but you know who's always looking for recruitment? Gorevog, okay? Gorevog can give you support, he can give you love, and most importantly, he can let you punch the people who worship those Kemleks and the freaking, what's they're called? Who cares anymore, okay? Just don't worship them.
Look,
Worship
I do not mean to
Gorvog.
interrupt you, sir. I feel I should add this. You do realize these churches that I talk about, we do have the power to train recruits that would also work with you in this military purpose, yes? Like, we're
Yeah,
pretty good at
yeah,
fighting
look,
the-
okay, buddy. Look, you're God, okay? Ipsio, he's just a little too soft. He's all about redeeming the fallen and other bullshit like that, okay? You know who
That does
doesn't...
not mean we don't fight, sir.
Yeah, it just means you don't fight hard enough. Anyway, I've said my piece. Goravog is the one that we should support. If either of you interrupts... If you interrupt a candidate again, Father Derek, I will have to escort you out of the auditorium.
Understood.
Man, there's a phone and it's bothering me, and it's like a string of letters and numbers, so that means it's like some bullshit.
Yeah, we should kill all the phones in the country.
Okay. Anyway. Candidate Villastrons, please. I also support the building of churches to deities like Ipsio and Remedy and Callahan. And indeed I agree with the governor that we should take members away from the churches of evil, such as Kemlek and even Calvi-Shong. Lord Salvador Cardron VIII. No, I agree with all of my opponents here. Taking the members away from the more violent religions would be good, but we also must respect their wishes if they do not want to convert. The only thing we can hope to do is to take their tenets and try to have them pursue their tenets in a less violent manner. Alright, so let's see. Alec.
Hey man, what about the trees and stuff? Because every time a war happens, it starts fires everywhere. You know, what if we just have some love, man?
Environmental issues are a big concern these days, Governor. I support the environmental issues that are plaguing our nation today. We do indeed need to be focused more on nature, and especially with the reclamation of the frontier, which has plenty of trees, citizen, for us to not only grow new orchards, but also more farms and have more housing. Candidate Shalgorak. Yeah, you know what? I like trees, okay? They can provide some cover, and they can provide wood for fire. I'm all behind trees. No more words? Nope. Candidate Villastrons. Indeed, we should support the environment, and we should support the guilds that are focused on helping out the environment, especially those who combat those terrible fires, like the clerics of Plantera, who bathe the fires with their holy water. And indeed, if we claim more of the frontier, we can support smaller guilds who manufacture our goods that we purchase. Lord Salvador Cardron VIII. No. We need to support the environment. That is true. And we need to make sure that we do not upset the great Mother Nature, because gods and goddesses, when they are angry, they tend to retaliate in unexpected ways. We need to think of this nation and think about what could happen if we just make these great gods just mad. No, we cannot abide that. Alright, and we have another question. Yes, what about you there, Joker?
Ah, yes. Well, but to return to an earlier point, I heard most of you wish to take outside support to help our current situation. And of course, one second. And of course, Mr. Shalgorak, you can share your feelings on this as well. But where are we going to ask them for assistance when we can help ourselves? And if we do ask them for assistance, how far do we go?
A very, very astute question, reporter. Yes, Governor Sivaray. We will go as far as is necessary, but we will not necessarily bend the knee, so to speak, in the old parlance, to those who would abuse our citizens and our assistants for too much gain. No. While I support helping our allies, I agree that we should also maintain a strong force of being part of Free Harbor and for Free Harbor. Candidate Shalgorak. You know what? Okay, so we don't need to depend on the other people if we just do everything ourselves and show that we are the strongest. Heck, we might not even need the mainland anymore. We could be our own place, our own country. We have the strength if we just put our faith in Goravolg and also increase our military budget. No one will push us around. Candidate Velestrans. Well, we do need some of the goods that our allies produce, and we should help them out because the Inquisition and the Arbiters are quite large nations. They have very powerful militaries that are, again, expertised in dealing with the various threats of the frontier and of other political terrors as well. We do need to maintain that we are part of Free Harbor, but helping them out should not be too much of a concern. And, of course, Lord Salvatore Cardron VIII. Again, when Credonia was running roughshod all over the nations of Talcin, my family took a stand, grabbed our swords, we united the continent with the help of the Helith mercenaries of old. We took to the battlefields, we did not bend no knee. And when all was said and done, one continent stood strong, an emperor restored to his glory. And that emperor pushed for so many political progression. He even helped the Talcin kingdom come to my ancestors' need, although they were far too late. And indeed, Gevna and her terrible, terrible prince conquered my homeland. But we united, the conglomerate. That is the origin of our story. We united against a bigger threat, and we proclaimed ourselves a sovereign nation, and with the assistance of our neighbors in Shinjuku, Credonia, Towson, and even the leftovers from Macadia, we killed the big threat that was King Teva II. Allies are in need, and if those allies are reasonable, then everyone should be able to work together without political backlash. Okay, I think we have time for one last question here. Yes, you.
Yes, my name is Brody Bradigan. I know my name, but I assure you I have a top hat. I'm not him. You see,
Yeah.
there is this game going around called Fire Emblem Heroes, and my daughter plays that game. And I'm sick of it. It's got those fancy anime titties bouncing up and down those moany sounds they make. I can't stand it. We need to get rid of those games like that. They're too addicting for our children.
Yep, okay, Gretchen gets him out again. Okay, Alec, I think yours...
No!
Alec, you sounded like Season 1 Tristan from Yu-Gi-Oh! It was great, I loved it. Okay, Alec, your question.
I was just waiting for the red eyes black dragon at the end of that.
Yeah, but,
Red
yeah.
eyes, black. No.
Alec, what's your question?
Hey, yeah, I noticed that there's a correlation between gun violence and Catholic. They tend to use a lot of guns and stuff like that. So I was wondering if maybe we can ban guns and maybe that will reduce the Catholic problem.
Reducing gun control. That's a rather odd question and issue. Yes, Governor Siva Ray. The gang violence is a terrible thing, but if they were not to use guns, they would use other tools, such as swords and knives and even their own fists. I have seen on the news some people who just charge in with their bare hands and throw people against walls. The guns are not the issue. The people are. We need to be strong. We need to rehabilitate these violent victims of terrible diseases. Which is why I support mental health programs available to prisoners and those who would like to get out of poverty. Candidate Shalgorak. Yeah, you know what? Guns aren't the problem. Guns are great, okay? They deal with the criminals. And I agree, again. We need to stop being weak. And instead of killing each other, we should unite, conquer the frontier, and once again, declare ourselves our own people. Candidate Villastrons. I'm not exactly for the guns, because it lets people do their more vile deeds, but we can also see that we can all agree, I think, that it is the people that use the guns rather than the guns themselves. I stand with the governor in that we should make sure that the people who are in poverty can afford proper mental health treatment so that they may never turn their guns on their fellow citizens and instead turn them on the unholy, the most profane forces found beyond our walls. And Lord Salvador Cardron VIII. We need the guns to do everything we do in this life. It is a dangerous world out there. Taking away and banning guns would just leave us weak to those who have them. Again, I also support the rehabilitation of the poor and turning them away from a life of crime and instead maybe turning them to more righteous causes, such as reclaiming the frontier for Free Harbor.
Banning video games, Lord Kaka,
My God.
Yes.
I love you.
Nope, nope,
Not away from you,
nope.
silly bastard.
At this point, Demetrius has probably stepped in and stopped this person.
Alright, I
Hey,
think
hey,
that's
hey,
about
me.
it for the debate tonight. Thank you, candidates, for your questions. And make sure to cast your ballot in this upcoming election. Thank you, and good night.
Did nothing wrong.
Hey, sir.
But
And
handed him off to
the-
one of the knights, something by
I need my meds.
And the crowd starts dispersing out the door.
I make sure to keep an eye on the candidates.
Yep, the candidates also start heading towards their various vehicles. They are escorted by Talvish Knights. And the Gabbana brothers, call you back once the noise dies down. Hey, that was some good stuff there.
You're damn right.
You're damn right.
Fucking Trace. Alright. Yeah, it was pretty, interesting.
Yeah, well, certainly much better than the last time we were all here. I'm glad that the zombies didn't come.
Our town's pretty fucked up, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's where the money comes in. Is Abek fireballing the citizen?
The zombies. Look at it. Zombies came in.
Yeah, I think those zombies are screwed.
They're a little charred.
Yeah, but... Okay, so you done your deed, and hopefully you can cast your ballot.
This is getting too surreal, guys.
Yep, it has been real. I'm pretty sure you can get back to your own guild hall by yourselves. And, you know what? For dealing with that one interloper, how about a little bit of a bonus?
I gave you guys a bonus. Yay for you.
here.
Sir?
My duty is done. Fly away, Yuri.
Strax, are you okay?
Christ.
What?
I did this voice.
I know you did the voice, but come on, man.
I'm very tired all of a sudden. Damn video games.
Okay.
Yeah, this could be good for at least until we leave.
I look over for like some relative that's just like standing however many feet away after seeing how he's acting is like saying hello. You know those relatives, right? Where it's like the old but loud one, and then the one that supports them but from like 10 feet away.
Yeah, okay, it's...
You just see
Look,
another.
We're just
You
gonna
see an
move...
old lady walking off.
Please, no!
Shaking your head.
Please,
She doesn't want
Strax.
anything to do with Yoni.
Oh, she doesn't want anything to do with this? Okay, then she can move along. She
We
can
now
fuck
have a
off so I can
resident
move
old
on.
Man.
Don't
Now we
leave
have-
me.
Do we just leave him here?
Yeah, just, I mean, the Gabbana brothers have already left.
Well, I mean, don't live in the guild hall because they might lock up and.
No, we're still outside the opera house. Like, can we just leave him in the opera house?
God damn you, Robin and Crumb.
Yes.
Cursing you.
Okay,
Maybe we can with blue and red.
no. Even I'm against this. Anyway, you're all bad. You're all... You're all heading back. Strax, please. Please, let's... Strax, please, let me finish.
No.
You all get into the car. You drive back to the guild hall.
Don't go too fast.
And everyone is discussing who they might be voting for, how the debate went, and so on.
I would like to make a note that whoever drew the zombies did make a good note of adding the TLIs.
What now?
On the zombies, they all have TLIs.
Yeah.
Huh, that
Just
is...
that.
Yeah,
Clever note.
that's pretty good.
And I called that like a while ago.
Yeah.
I called it. We did it.
Oh.
I think I'm
Ready?
gonna call that a session and then maybe hang myself. Okay.
Oh no!
Don't do it.
Can we at least get the voting results, or do we have to wait until like next week?
The voting results, you know what?
If you win.
That's a good question. Okay, who would... Say in the chat who you would all vote for.
You will vote for Cardon. Atreus will also vote for Cardon.
Well, Yodi doesn't count.
Yodi is a person too.
No, he's not.
He has his license for voting.
Alright, what about
Just because
Demetrius?
he's 94 doesn't mean anything.
Uh,
Even if he's a goblin.
real tough decision, to be honest. I guess the
Make it a
government.
tie.
I would say which one was the one that voted for the small guilds?
The lady?
The lady
Yeah,
is
it's
the
the lady.
one.
The girl was the only one that was in full support of small
That-
guilds.
That one
Yeah.
was Cigarette, right? That one. This is not Yodi speaking, this is just Strax's voice.
Oh no, he's been locked into the voice!
I am Yodi now.
I don't know. She has some very strange views on the whole. She didn't seem completely 100% behind what she was saying.
Cardron was the only one who did, that's why Yodi loves him. One day they will have children.
Alright, well, Gretchen, why are you voting for the governor?
Because he seemed like he was still doing a good job for right now, and just kind of keeping his term going. And I really didn't like that Job Borak guy.
Alright, Demetrius, why are you voting for the governor?
Cardon didn't seem to know what the fuck he was doing. Shogun seemed too, what's the word, radical. And, Shidare did not seem completely 100% behind what she was saying. The governor didn't either, but they seemed like the least of the evils.
And, Abek, why are you, supporting Shidare?
Because the governor was like too. He was trying to cover like a wide plane. Like he was trying to cover every issue with everything, really. And it makes me feel like he's just like generalizing and stuff versus like getting specific. So I didn't vote for him, and then the other two were just like warmongers. So I was just like, I'll just vote for her.
Okay, well, that's pretty good enough. I will see the results of the election next week.
Wait, so did Gretchen vote for governor or Silver? Those are
Gre-
two different
Go-
things.
no, okay. Oh, I just realized I made their names too similar.
Oh,
I was voting for the governor. Governor.
there's Shidare and Sivare.
That's
Sivare is the governor that we were hired to protect, and then Shidare was the small.
Wait, was Tiber the one that was like the more peaceful one?
Shidare wanted to like basically ban out a lot of evil churches.
And
Well,
yes, and then Sivere was the one talking about like actually supporting the Kenlek religion and crap like that, so they're not as bad.
No. Steve wanted to wanted everyone to be able to support the gods of their choice, but wanted to make their tenets less harmful to one another.
That's not how I heard it the first time.
That
Unless you
So
said-
the governor wants the followers of evil religions to instead start following good religions. The one who supported the endeavors of evil religions was actually Lord Karjan the Eighth, and instead of exactly supporting their endeavors, he said that they need to tone things down.
good job, Atreus, supporting Cardron.
That's not what I heard Karjan say at all, so okay.
That's okay.
Natural one on insight, IRL.
Not one insight votes for Cardron. No, not one insight is voting for Atreus.
He throws the ballot in for himself.
Yodi votes for Gretchen. He likes how Gretchen handled it.
That was terrible.
Yes, it was.
All the other ones were like kind of making nature out to be like not a big deal.
I mean,
Supporting
you-
nature.
Since when were you a druid?
no, that is a fair point. You're not a druid, but I mean that doesn't. You also worship an evil god of law.
Tiefling.
You know what? That's fair.
What the fuck?
Atreus flipped himself.
Ah.
And the whole stage.
Yep.
That's fine. I'll be an evil god of law.
Law versus nature is a very one-sided track.
It is a very weird track, but yes. So next week we will find out the results of the election. Who do these
And
people
it's probably
support?
gonna be Shoga.
Who knows? You believe in law and nature? Yeah, that's everything. But I hope you guys had fun with this little session. I know I tried to do something a little bit different.
You too real, man. Too real.
Real.
Yeah, that's Shal Gorak was hitting a little bit into the too real department.
So was Cardron, to be fair. Cardron was getting there.
Eh?
Not that I heard. Carter actually seemed like a reasonable character. Chardon or Chapor was just the person that I can't escape.
The person that none of us can escape.
Yeah, but that's for a
That's-
different
that's-
time and a
that's
different
good.
discussion. I will indeed. I'll basically sum up the issues and how each person views them in the Discord chat and stuff. And with that, we will call it a session. I am now going to hang up and deal with the fact that I need to find new sheets and pillows.
Good luck.